event?
Okay, so my current event was from Boston Globe, and it was called Voters in Milford Reject Casino Backed by Foxwoods. And so what this was about is that the majority of Milford voters rejected a proposal that has been 5 years in the making to allow for a $1 billion Foxwoods casino and resort. The Foxwoods chief executive, Scott Butera, is quoted as saying, "There was always a lot of opposition. We tried to change people's minds and educate people, but we weren't able to do it. It just wasn't meant to be." The vote was 6,361 to 3,480, with a 57% turnout out of 70,400 voters. There were many points of concern among residents, such as traffic congestion, and what the casino said was that there was going to be a new Route 495, Route 16 interchange, and exit off the highway that people could take. And also Milford's capacity to be able to handle the water demands that the casino would bring in, but the casino was required, if it be approved, the casino would be required to fund water conservation measures, upgrade existing production systems, and install new distribution systems. Also, another point of concern was an impact on property values, and the casino promised to offset those by giving money to any property that would lose value. And then obviously the social concern of people getting gambling addictions and then possibly destroying families by losing all their income with an addiction. And this relates chiefly to arts and leisure, because some people's leisure activities are viewed as unsuitable for a certain other type of people, or it could be viewed as destructive to a town. For instance, that's what Milford thought, that the leisure of gambling would have a negative impact. And then also for government, and this shows how citizens play a role, especially in town government, and being able to make their own decisions and stuff that would affect their lives in their town. This also relates to culture and change, because the culture of a suburb is kind of to be like a little more like pure, with less like harmful leisure activities. And it also relates to identity and perception, because a casino is seen as a kind of like a negative force, and the identity of the suburb in Milford was probably more important to most of the voters. Also, I forgot to say in culture and change that the culture of a suburb isn't changing, so culture and change can go two ways. Either the culture is changing or it's not changing. And in this example, it's not changing. And my discussion question is that considering that Foxwoods had to go through 5 years to go through this proposal, and it was required to improve many things in the community, such as giving tens of millions of dollars every year to the town government, and given this, what way would you vote? Is your identity and perception more important to you than having culture changing? So where do you stand on this issue? Because, it's just a business. Needham recently allowed a business that we never thought we'd allow, because we were always a dry town, and we allowed multiple liquor stores. And so culture could be changing in some places, so where would you fall on this issue? Some of you have got to have an opinion.
Yeah, so if
would you want a casino in
If
Needham?
there's going to be a casino in Needham or not, what do you think? It's a great question.
Where would you put a casino in Needham?
Fazio. Fazio.
Close to the highway.
Fazio.
Yeah.
Get rid of
No,
it.
because I like Fazio. So now, I would say no. Because I like the Fazio. And
Well, Fazio. Someone you hate
somewhere I hate.
is now going to be a casino.
Then yeah, it's like, I don't know.
That's not the point of the question.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
I think in theory it sounds like a good idea, like it'll bring in like revenue and like other people outside the town might want it, but I think it's going to be very hard to get approved, because a lot of people like in that town, like I don't think I would want a casino in Needham, because it just changes a lot, like traffic and stuff, just like basic stuff. So I think that you know, like people like the idea of having a casino in Massachusetts, but they like difficulty finding where to put it.
I definitely think, like Katie said, in this instance, like identity reigns more importantly, especially somewhere like Needham has so many young families. So I think if you're living here, you're probably here for the good school system and you're here for a safe environment for your kids. So the last thing you want is that identity to be swayed.
Going back to what Katie said, I think people definitely want casinos, they just don't want them in their town. They like to go to one maybe sometimes, but they don't want it to be in their backyard.
And that's shown by polls, like 67% want casinos in the state, but only 40% in their town. So it's
Yeah.
So then why don't they
Not
just
in my
give them
town.
like a random, like,
Then that town would want to do.
no, like in, like, just like off the highway, like not in town.
A town for
In like
casinos.
some
I also want to be here.
Every highway is part of something.
Like some towns still have to claim it's theirs.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like.
That's why they're being
Should it
voted.
be in like a city, do you guys think?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's still, didn't they say it's off a highway? They have a highway too.
Well, it has to
Think
be.
there'd be way too
It's
much
already
traffic
not,
for
it's
it
not
to
like
be in
it's
a
on the
city.
street.
What are you gonna sign?
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't think Massachusetts is like, has the right kind of people to actually be able to go through with having a casino in it. Like, the people here are really, we're like an academic hub, we care a lot about education and stuff like that. Just, like, the whole, yeah, the identity, or the perception that we have of casinos is the people that it will bring just doesn't seem to sit well with anyone I've met from Massachusetts.
Yeah, the Puritan work ethic.
Well, I disagree because people just go to New Hampshire and Connecticut
Right.
and Rhode Island and spend all the money there. And lots of people from Massachusetts do go.
I just
but
don't
they
think they
don't
want
I
the
think-
kind
I
of
think they
people
do go.
here.
Hmm?
They don't want the kind of people here. They want to have a choice and be able to leave.
Maybe, but they still, I think people from Massachusetts do gamble.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. I mean more like, I don't think that they want those people coming to our city.
That's the thing. The towns have,
There are-
some towns voted yes, but most have voted against. You're right, because they want it somewhere else.
Carrie?
Well, I was just back to the idea of like putting a casino in a city rather than like a town. Like, I don't know. I think that that's a very different thing. Like having a casino in Boston where there's a much more diverse group of people. There's like literally more people there. Whereas if you're trying to like stick a casino in the middle of suburbia, like that's gonna disrupt a lot more like socially rather. So like within Massachusetts, I think that like, you know, you could like throw it in the middle of nowhere and like people would like make it a destination, go to the city, but then, you know, I don't know how much it would change if we added a casino to Boston and if it would just, I don't think it would really attract a whole different type of people to the city. I don't think it would like stop being an academic hub if there was also a casino there.
Is anyone for like a casino?
What?
Well, okay, I was reading the article that they gave us yesterday, and it's like they'll pay $34 million up front and then $33 million every year.
Yeah.
And it'll bring in like 3,000 jobs. And it's also like a really nice resort, so even if it like attracts people, they'll probably like stay in the resort. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the question is, would that be worth it if, let's say, your friend, one of their parents develops gambling addiction, and then
Well, I
all
don't
of
think
that just
like-
goes downhill?
I mean, like.
I mean, do people think that like,
I think it's like our responsibility to like think about one person and
Yeah.
what like might happen to them.
Because like if they're gonna develop like gambling addiction, like
They still have access.
It's also like not the next
It can be
step.
played,
Like
online
if you
poker.
gamble one
Like,
time, you don't
yeah,
automatically have a
they
gambling
went to
addiction.
New Hampshire or something.
Yeah, if someone's like wants to gamble, they'll gamble. If they can always move away from a place that has a casino.
like gambling is
If you
legal.
put a casino in Boston, then it's bringing the money like into Boston, and they're not going to like New Hampshire. So I think it would be good because it's like benefiting our community.
Anyway, what else points we have to move on?
Honestly, I don't think that people like will develop a gambling addiction that quickly. It's like a repetitive thing. Also, by having a casino in Massachusetts, people who live in Massachusetts wouldn't be going to other states and helping their casinos. They would be helping the one in Massachusetts, and so there'd be more jobs for people in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts would ultimately benefit from all this money that the casino's going to put back into the government. So I think it would be a good thing. It'll do more good than bad.
I think that like all these like there's not really like we don't actually know that anything negative's gonna come out of it, like definitely, I mean, I don't know, but like, some of these things that people are saying are kind of like, it's like circumstantial, you don't actually know until it happens, and like, you said that like Needham has now put in like couple, what do you call them, like alcohol?
Liquor stores?
Yeah, like, I haven't personally seen anything negative come out of that, and like, after we've changed from not, like, being a drive town to having those, and I haven't seen anything negative, so you never know until like, you try it, I guess.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good point. You did a great job. Round of applause for Ellie.